Welcome to the third episode of Behind the Blades. This is your host, Coach Matt Kreisky.
Co-host, assistant coach Malik Holman.
We have special guests with us today.
Anthony Hernandez.
Anthony, how are you doing today?
Good, you?
Yes, as we're going into week 4 of the season, tell us some things, about the team and as we progress throughout the year of what's been some positive things going out with the team.
I feel like we're coming closer together as a team and just like bonding more and just becoming more of a family.
So as we've progressed throughout the year, tell us some things about your position coach, Coach Holman. He's our co-host, but just tell us some things about him and how have you learned from him and how he's helped you improve your game this year.
I mean, coming from last year's group, I was a junior and everybody else was a senior. Like, I'm the only returning one from last year, really. So it's just tough trying to go out there and just try to lead and try to like just show the underclassmen just what to do.
For you being the only senior in the secondary in your position group, what's been the major difference between this year's group and last year's group?
Just like he's like a very good coach. Like he coaches you on the little things, so it doesn't affect you on Friday night. So he just like always there for me and explaining like what to do. So.
How would you consider yourself a leader to this team? Are you one that's more vocal, or do you one of the guys who pull guys to the side and try to rather tell them the calm way instead of getting frustrated?
Yeah, I'm not the type of guy that would just yell at them in front of everybody. I'm just more the guy that like pull them to the side and just tell them what they were doing wrong or to calm down. Because like I'm not that very vocal, but like I try to lead on the side and just tell them what to do without causing a scene.
Talk about Coach Holman. Tell me something, a funny story that you've interacted with Coach Holman with since he's been around the team, or something interesting that some of the fans and listeners want to know about Coach Holman.
Oh, one interesting thing is I learned he plays chess. I never knew that about him. He plays chess, but another funny thing is like every time he messes up, he always says tally, and that just means we're running after practice. Every time. He doesn't say nothing else. He just says tally, and everybody knows.
I got to mix it up because every time I say tally, our player Riley Tally thinks I'm talking about him. You guys just yelling at him.
Gasser. Just say Gasser.
Yeah, you can go add it on. When we first got here back in the February, beginning of March, what were your expectations you had set for yourself going into your season?
I just wanted to be great and go out there and do my job and just have a good time while being focused at the same time.
So how have you accepted and how have you gone about the transition? We've talked to 2 other seniors in the previous episodes, and we're just trying to get the opinions and see how it's gone for every senior, because it's like we mentioned before, like last week with Campbell, it's third head coach. So tell us some things that been part of the transition, some difficult things, some good things that you've interacted with and had.
Yeah, like it's tough coming like as a senior and having your third head coach, but one thing I like prepared myself was for change. I just expected like everything to change, and it was like also just difficult because we went from one schedule to an entirely different schedule, like on practice basis and stuff. So I was just trying to prepare for the change.
With us coming almost to the midway point of the season, what's something you think that you could do different to improve your play as we finish out the rest of the regular season?
Probably just communicating way more on the football field and make sure that everybody's on the same page and not being negative when somebody messes up. Just trying to keep everybody's heads up and stay positive play by play.
All right, as we move into other things about Anthony Hernandez, tell us some things you like to do off the field.
I'm just really a simple guy. Like off the field, I just probably like stay at home, play the game, just talk to my friends or hang out with my family.
What games do you enjoy playing?
I'm a big Siege guy. I play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. It's my game. I also play. I'm finna start playing 2K as it comes up. Like it comes out tomorrow, I think. So.
Who are some of the top 2K players on the team?
I think that nobody will beat me. I'm probably one of the best on the team, and it's been like that for years.
I heard that Campbell Lee's not very good at 2K. Is that true?
I mean, he's a play now type of guy. If we go to my career and go to the park, he's not beating me. But we've never figured that out because he plays PlayStation and I'm on Xbox. So we're on 2 different consoles. But that changed because I just got a PlayStation, so
Okay.
it can't run.
As we're talking about video games and consoles, over the weekend, the team noticed that we moved the locker room around to create space for the 2 new TVs in the field house. What was your first initial reaction when you walked in and you saw it?
I was flabbergasted because I was just like mind blown of how the locker was set up. Like all the lockers are in rows. Like out of my entire time being here, it's like been a very spacious. So it's just weird seeing everybody like closer together.
So once we get finished with the final product, we're going to be able to bring some consoles in. We can see you and Campbell go against each other and see who was actually the real winner, huh?
It's gonna be me. He can't run, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
Yeah, but Coach Barry Eddings and Coach Walush have done a great job. They're ones that really got that film room going for us. So we really appreciate that, and I hope y'all enjoy it too.
As we move on, going back in March, how would you say the team has progressed overall? Not just off defense, but both sides of the ball, special teams, accepted the change. Just the little time we had getting ready for the season.
I mean, I feel like we've progressed a lot because at the beginning, everybody was like separated. Like everybody was just trying to do their own thing before y'all got here. And then as y'all got here, it was still like that. I feel like over time, we're just like we've bought into the plan, and we were just agreeing with everything I was saying and just giving y'all 100%. So that's like one thing I thought we done really well.
So as we move forward this week to Summit, tell us some things that you and the secondary have to do for us to be successful on Friday night.
I think we're gonna have to be really disciplined with our eyes on some of the plays that they run because it's just like tricky to try to throw you off. So I just feel like we're gonna have to be very disciplined with our eyes and just communicate as a whole.
With us playing two sophomores in the secondary where you play, how have you helped them grow?
I'm just trying to like be calm with them because I feel like if you would chew them out at that time, they might like freak out. So I'm just trying to be calm and try to tell them what to do and make sure that they know their job. So I'm just communicating before the play, telling them where they have to go, just making sure that we're all on the same page so nothing bad happens.
So you kind of lead by just talking to them and giving them just good examples and kind of coach them up as we go through practice and games.
Sir, I just like try to make sure we're on the same page and then yeah.
Who's some of the professional athletes that you look up to, or did you model your game after?
Either J.C. Horn or Denzel. J.C. Horn or Denzel Ward for sure. Those are the top two. I feel like everybody else says Jalen Ramsey, but I just like somebody different. I feel like their footwork and how they play is very smooth. So,
you saying you look up to them? Do you watch like a lot of their videos, like on YouTube, or do you watch games of them?
I remember I'm an Ohio State fan, so I've been watching Denzel Ward for a minute. I've been watching his clips on YouTube. Also, J.C. Horn, I just see his clips on Instagram a lot and how smooth he is out of his breaks and stuff. So
you just said he was a Ohio State guy, so we might have to move him to the offense side of the ball. I don't know if I can coach him anymore.
Guys, man. That's all I gotta say.
No mercy. Anyways, moving forward, I can't believe he really just said that. Appreciate the footwork though, footwork part. At least I know you learned it from why it's so bad. Anyways, as we prepare for tomorrow, what's some things you practice to get your mind focused on, ready for the game? What calms you down and gets you locked in, ready to go?
I'm just like something that calms me down is just like listen to music. I don't listen to like nothing rap. I just listen to some calm music, like top music of all time I listen to before the games, like a song like Ain't No Mountain High Enough from Remember the Titans. I listen to that before every game, so I feel like that just calms me down and like lets me know that it's game time because I only listen to that before the game.
What was your first initial reaction when you first came across Coach K when he first showed up early March?
Oh man, I thought he was gonna be crazy. I remember the first day of practice, he came out yelling at everybody. I was like, oh man, everything's gonna change. So I was just intimidated at first.
Would you consider it yelling, or was it considered trying to get you motivated?
A little bit of both. I think he was trying to motivate us, to just not be soft, I guess. Like just trying to prepare us what he's like how he coaches and stuff.
And doing the little things right at all times, right?
That's
right. So how do you think everyone's adapted to that? I know I'm very particular about a lot of little things. So you think it's been a good little adjustment, or that's been kind of the hard part?
Yeah, I think it's been a good little adjustment because everybody's like more disciplined now. Like for you, you're strict on the navy shorts and white tops. So everybody knows to come to practice with navy shorts and white tops, and not many people come without it. So I think that's a good thing. We just became more disciplined as a team.
All right, as we talked about some of the things that you have accomplished this year and that you're looking forward to, what's been your biggest hurdle as a player this season so far?
Just being the only senior has probably been the biggest hurdle. Just trying to be the upperclassmen to our very underclassmen defense. Just trying to go out there and lead and make sure everybody does their job. So that's been tough.
All right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Tell us what Anthony Hernandez is going to be doing next year at this time.
Well, my dream is to be an Air Force pilot, so I'm either going to go to the Air Force Academy or like MTSU and do ROTC. Hopefully that's the plan. So.
Were you ever in the ROTC program here?
No, I wasn't, but like growing up, I've always been a military aviation type of guy, but this past summer is like I really wanted to like set it in stone to become an Air Force pilot, so no.
That's some good goals. We hope that you obtain them, and look forward to seeing you in the future. So just tell us, do you have a backup plan? If that doesn't work out, there's other things that Anthony Hernandez may be doing.
My brother, I might work on cars because like growing up, I've always been around cars, and my brother's like big into the car scene. So that's something I would love to do if my plan doesn't go right.
As we finish up this episode, Anthony, the fans out there want to know who we're having on the next episode. So we're trying to do a little fan poll out there. Who do you think we might need to suggest to the fans, to the Blackman community, that we need to have on the fourth episode?
Josh Rochelle, man, for sure. He's a special type of guy. Very interesting. Never know what you're gonna get from him.
So that's the one you're picking. What are you thinking, Coach Holman? We got a lot of options out there. Who do you think?
What do you say, Josh Rochelle?
Who's Josh Rochelle?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. I've only heard stories about him, but he's just an interesting guy based off what I've heard.
He's one of the linebackers. We'll have to ask Coach Crosby when we get back.
Okay. I thought X did a great job. Campbell did a good job. I don't know if Josh can do as good a job as those two. We appreciate everyone listening to this episode.
Thanks everybody for listening to our third episode of Behind the Blaze. Please be sure to tune in next week as we interview senior Josh Rochelle.
Thank you for listening.
Go Blaze.
Go Blaze.